This is probably going to be maybe a little quicker call than usual, simply because we've been building a lot of long-term stuff this month that are kind of under the radar and still in production. So we might not have like the biggest of announcements. We still have some, or the biggest of reporting, because August was a bit slow. Honestly, if there's a month that should be slow, it's August. So I guess that's okay. We're aware of what we did wrong. We're going to discuss that, what we did well. And yeah, we're slowly starting to get a really strong base for the protocol, so that's something we should be really excited for. Very quickly, um, everyone's getting wrecked by the market, right? In all of the sense, we're hard focusing, like that's what we decided for Q3 of 2022 on the development of quests and boosts. So there's a lot of things that are coming on it slowly as we go, which we'll get into later. And it's been our core focus. We're working on a few other stuff on the side, but this is basically most of what we do. Today, if you look at the price pressure of Paladin, outside of just our revenue, the easiest way to quote unquote pump it would be to put on the tokenomics. We don't think it's relevant right now, and at least until we can put like something like 100K a month inside of the tokenomics. So our guess is that we have to focus on revenue, as I mentioned before, and once we get there, we can basically code them and activate them, as we already have created some suggestions for it. Something else that we will discuss in a few months probably is we have started working a lot on ecosystem building. So there's a few things that should basically come in as collaboration with Paladin in the long term. So yeah, even if things can look like less bullish than they used to, for example, last month, they honestly are much more than they used to. It's just that the market is what it is, right? Okay, very quickly about the tokenomics. Surprisingly, and that's the really good news, it shows the trust of our holders. I think we have roughly 750 holders, 752, if I'm not incorrect. And people keep locking. It's not just staking when they're farming, they keep locking their tokens. We have roughly something like, we have 2.1 million people tokens that have been locked, and out of 1.6 more that are just staked. So when you don't take into account the POL, we have more than 50% that's staked. It's more almost 75%, by the way. And it's something like 40% that's locked. So it's really good. We have really good metrics on that front. We should really be happy about this. They show the solidity of the project. In terms of revenue, I'm sorry it's a bit less graphic than the last time. These are basically what we farmed and harvested over the past month. So there's 15,800 CRV. They've been deposited into the liquid lockers. 650 more CVX. I think we have roughly 2,000. We can check on the public address. We got 120,000 T tokens, 525 D2D, almost 500 BAL tokens, and we farmed 1,000 APW tokens, which makes for roughly $30,000. So a bad month today for Paladin is $30,000. Now let's imagine what could be a good month. Well, let's work for it. So that's where we are right now. We're more on the upper part than the lower part. The idea is that until how do we go into the lower part by the end of the year? Okay. Speaking of revenue, a big leverage for our revenue has been our protocol on liquidity. A big part of the reason why in August we've made less money is that the quests are underperforming because the price of the PAL token went down and we didn't raise the amounts of incentive we're doing. The incentives we're giving are pretty bad compared to the rest of the market, so there's not a lot of incentive for people to actually vote in our quest. So we have the choice of either doubling down on the incentives, which will be twice as much expensive, or just remaining at the level we are and getting just a bit of votes. There's going to be several opportunities that seem to appear on Aura. So we're going to move the POL from Balancer to Aura. And it should significantly raise the amount of revenue we will get from that position. Also, we're still in the process of migrating the Balancer Palstake Ave pool. We're waiting for the Balancer core team to get back to us on the audit. They told us they get back to us today. I pinged them again, so it should be soon. We'll keep you guys posted on that. Something else. Today we have something like 80% of the total pool inside of Curve and maybe 70% inside of Balancer. Is there any interest for us to actually bond to increase our POL? Honestly, I don't think so, but we were asked about it. So if people have any ideas, any thoughts about this, why not? But I don't really see the point right now. And the goals for us still haven't changed. Trying to get $2 million of stablecoin treasury and generate 100K a month by the end of the year. So yeah, and I think the 100K a month is quite easy. It's something we can do. It's not a very ambitious thing, to be honest. We can do much better. Okay, moving on. So maybe Valentin, do you want to take this over?
Yeah, I can take this one. Hi everyone. So as you might have during last month we released the new version of Warden. So something following the update of the VBoost system by Curve. So we combine so that new VBoost V2 and the new features we wanted to add to Warden to have a better personalization and control over the offer with expiry date, maximum duration, an easy price mode for users that don't want to update it every time they need the market moves. So we have all of these new features. Right now there is 3.4 million VCRV that are available on the market. If you want to really enable good traffic on that market and really good use cases, we need to keep increasing the supply that is registered on market and try to 10x that amount and reach something like 35 million PCRV available. And at that point, we might see like really interesting things around. And to do so, we launched a few weeks ago the incentive campaign for users that registered a VCRV on that new market V2. So that it's 50K each pound to be distributed 8 weeks after the initialization of the market. So there was no real explanation of how we were doing that scoring and how we're gonna distribute. So all of those are gonna be calculated and distributed right after the 8 weeks. We might take a week also to see that people don't just quit after registering and try to just game the system. And same on the scoring, we're not giving the full complete breakdown of how we count points because same, we don't want people to try and game that system and just try to get the rewards and not being sticky participant in that market. So basically, what we can say is that it's based on, of course, the amount of VCRV you bring and how soon you join the market between those 8 weeks. But then there's a few other factors that might help you get a bit more points or reduce the amount of points depending on like small factors on that. So we can give a bit more rewards to really good participants of that market.
Yep. So just so you guys know, I think there's something already like 20% of the Warden market that's actually being occupied right now, maybe a bit more. So it's already much more functional than the last one. We have quite a lot of plans to make it even more powerful, but yeah, it's a slow process. It's something very new, so we're getting there. Moving on from Warden, the second big thing we're been working a lot on is quests. Can probably hear from the conference the tears of our devs. We worked really tirelessly on that one. Currently, we have 4 quests on Balancer and Curve. The Threshold one, 2 Paladins, and the Prime DAO ones. We have a few other ones coming in. I know I keep saying this. We really do. It just takes a long time to get this process going. You should see a few proposals going on other forums in the coming few weeks that were 2 projects we're going to offer to collaborate with. Technically speaking, we have released 3 things this month for Quest. First thing is we added compatibility with Aura. So today, once you go on the curve, or sorry, not my bad, not the curve. Once you go on the balance request interface, you can vote with your VBAL or with your VL Aura. What's really interesting about this is that it means that people can arbitrage between both layers by creating a quest. So this is something that should be very interesting. Second thing that which I think is really important, we released something called Governor Quest. Governor Quests allows a smart contract to directly create a quest. What does this mean? It means that you can just directly create a DAO vote on chain that will create a quest. So this means that you can fully incentivize through Curveball just with Quest. That's really big for projects that are very big on decentralization. So I think it's going to be a really good way to basically attract some very special DAOs. The third thing we release, and this is something we just announced today, so you can have a look at the article. I think we published this half an hour ago, called Dark Quest. So same, it can seem a bit niche like Governor Quest, but the idea is that any DAO can now directly blacklist on-chain an address, for example, the convex voter or the stake DAO voter if they want to, because they have different voting strategies between them, or even an OTC address when they are creating their quest. Everything is fully on chain. That's the most important part for us. So basically, we've been adding these small things on top of Quest that make it a much more resilient and flexible option. Yep. So we're still insanely bullish on Quest. Like it brought us almost $10,000 last month, more the previous week, and we hope more this month. So yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. For Paladin, not much has changed. We've lost a bit of stake Aave. We're still over 70, roughly at 75% of the proposal threshold. We're still extremely bullish on what could happen with the GHO. We haven't heard back from the Aave team, so we're not able to do anything, unfortunately, for now. I'll be at ETH Berlin next week. If I see someone from the Aave team, I will try to kidnap them, I promise. Alejandro?
Yes. All right. So, I wanted to cover an initiative that we had started. Actually, the goal was started during our last community call. There's been a delayed start, but I've seen the poll and I've seen the votes, and the consensus is that for those that voted, we want the pilot to start for office hours September 14th, which is Wednesday next week, 11 a.m. U.S. Eastern and 5 p.m. CET. The goal is to have the office hours last for an hour and a half, give or take a few. And it's just basically an open space for our users to ask questions, support questions, or maybe talk, one-on-one with the core team members about certain partnerships or anything comes to mind. We figure it would just be a way to create a more personal bond and a connection between our community and the core team. So yeah, we're going to start the channels already set up, the categories already set up on Discord. We're going to start it next week on September 14th. And if you go to the link in the slide or into the server, you can find all the information in that channel. Regarding game night, so yeah, we've had game night now for the past 4 weeks. So we've had it for a month now. And the most popular game by far has been the one you can see from the GIF is Gartic Phone. It's a very fun party game where you just draw different things, and right now we have the Paladin slaying the bear. But we play other games as well, and it's a way to community build. It's a way to forget about either just DeFi in general or just to stay at the bear market. Just, nothing Paladin related per se. You can have fun, meme. There's definitely a few people on the call here, including Didi and Starny, that have been part of that, and they very much enjoy it. And the next one is going to be today at 3 p.m. U.S. time. I believe that's 9 p.m. or 2100 Central European time. And yes, there's a poll created weekly as well. If you go to the channel game night, I put up 5 games, and everyone's free to vote for which game they want. And then we go like that, and that's another about hour, 2 hours. Not mandatory, obviously, just have a good time. So, I'm pretty sure you're all aware of our posting for this community survey. It's very important to us. We've received a lot of feedback from this second community survey on Quest, but we extended the survey because we like what we're seeing so far and we want to definitely get more. Just basically customer feedback on the DApp, what you like, if there's anything you dislike, if there's anything that could be optimized, or if you think it's perfect. Any comments, the survey is open to all types of short form and long form answers. As you can see, there is the link on the slide. We're also I'm also going to repost a link, don't worry, on another Twitter post this coming Sunday. But if you have any questions, you want to take the survey, please help us with all the user feedback we can get. And for your time, you'll get a limited edition Paladin NFT similar to the first survey that we launched back in, if I'm not mistaken, June. And once again, PoEPs. We have a really fire PoEP this week. And so I'm currently waiting for the PoEP drop from the PoEP team. It'll be coming soon, so please bear with me and patience. For those that are on the call, I can see you all right here. You'll manually receive a PoEP from me, so please keep those DMs open, and you'll have until September 12th to claim one. That's this coming Monday. Please claim it on that day or before. If you wait until afterwards, you will no longer be able to claim. It's a really nice one. The team put like always, but this is a fire one, so you won't want to miss it. And with that being said, we reached the AMA section, so want to leave the floor open to anyone on the call in our community to ask any questions. We're good? No questions? French Tony, what do you got? Oh, from George. Will someone be at Berlin Blockchain Week?
Yep, there'll be 2 members of Paladin at ETH Berlin, myself and Beguin, who is, I don't know where, but 2 of us will be here.
If the office hour is likely to be 1 per with a core team member, why not see what the most convenient time might be for the core team member and the attendee? Yeah, that's a good point. Absolutely, yeah. We're open to arranging the times what will work best for the attendee and the person. Like I said, it's just a pilot program. We'll see how it works out next week with that 1 hour slot. But yeah, absolutely, we can consider that. I know that everyone's busy, including the core team, so we'll make it as optimized as possible, and we'll keep that in mind that everyone has stuff to do and places to be, and we'll fit it in to our schedules the best we can. How about ETH? How about ETH Lisbon?
If Lisbon is not a conference, it's just a hackathon, so we don't have anything planned as of now.
It's only 1 session per week. Yeah, no, French Tony, that can work out as well. Like, that's why the office hours chat is there. If you want to, again, provide feedback on that other idea, we could do that. For the time being, we could see how the 1 hour pilot goes for next week, and if it's not optimal, then we could do what you're suggesting. But yeah, that's why the channel is open for people to ask questions and for people to arrange one-on-one meetings with available members of the core team. BNP need Paladin. Starny. All right, is there anything else, guys? There's no other questions. Thank you all for joining. Like I said, the PoEPs will be available soon. Yeah, we've been putting out a lot of products in the past month, updates, expanding the media hub, a lot of content. So the market may be in its woes, like everyone knows, but we're chugging hard. Anyway, thank you all guys for joining, and yeah, keep those DMs open. As always, our DMs are always open to answer questions. Oh, Starny Hadrian, you got something? Thank you for coming. All right, thanks again, guys, and see you next month.